Ile Nastase. If tennis had jokers, this guy would surely be one of them. Nastase didn't play tennis, he performed it. You'd have no clue what was going to happen when this man walked on the court. He'd talk to the umpire, the crowd, the ball boys, and sometimes even his racket. And listen to this. Nastase once played with a racket made of spaghetti. I'm not even kidding. The racket was made of actual noodles. It was part of a prank to protest wooden rackets. Once, he got involved in a verbal sparring match with an umpire. Guess what he did? He took off his shirt in frustration in the middle of the match and then switched chairs with the line judge as a joke. And when he wasn't doing all this weird stuff, he played some of the most beautiful, effortless tennis you'll ever see. But the guy was so weird. The ATP actually had to make new rules after some of his antics. And despite all of this, or maybe because of all this, he also made it to world number 1 and bagged 2 Grand Slams. A tennis genius? Absolutely, but also a certified weirdo. Benoit Paire. I won't be wrong if I called him the human chaos generator. I mean, if you've ever seen him play, you'll know that he treats tennis like it personally offended him. This man smashes rackets like he's trying to make a point to gravity. He's been disqualified, fined, and warned more times than most players have had water breaks. He's shown up to official tennis matches like he just rolled out of bed with a beard that has its own personality. Paire once said that he didn't care about tennis anymore, he's only doing it for the paycheck. And weirdly so, he still somehow managed to beat top 10 players. You'll see him lose to a qualifier in 40 minutes, and other times he'd pull off drop shots that look like witchcraft. With this guy, you never know if you're about to witness a masterclass or a meltdown, or both simultaneously. Benoit Paire's like the tennis version of a roulette wheel. Wild, weird, and impossible not to watch. Gael Monfils. He's the acrobat of tennis. Because this guy doesn't play tennis, he does parkour with his racket. Gael Monfils will dive across the court, do a mid-air split, land on his feet, and still hit a winner. I mean, this guy's literally too athletic for tennis. While watching him play, there have been many points where it looked like he was auditioning for a circus company. Monfils will jump to hit a smash when he could have easily not jumped. You know what I'm saying? But that's what makes him special. He plays for the crowd. He's weirdly addicted to all the applause that he gets, and he makes it his mission to entertain the crowd whenever he steps onto the tennis court. Monfils once did a spinning 360 backhand for no reason at all. Zero strategy, zero effect, and 100% vibes. That's Gael Monfils for you, a crowd-pleasing, somersault-hitting showman who sometimes forgets that he's a professional tennis player and that there's a score involved. Yulia Putintseva. If you could bottle chaos and give it a forehand, it would definitely be this lady. Yulia isn't just animated, she's like a cartoon character stuck in a real-life tennis match. We've all seen her mimicking opponents mid-rally, throwing tantrums that would make toddlers proud, and she argues with umpires like she's auditioning for a courtroom drama. There's a lot of crazy inside her. Don't even get me started on her mid-match screams. This one time she screamed so loud after losing a point that even the microphone clipped. Cut to the very next point. She hit a perfect drop shot, looked at her opponent, and smirked. This right here, that's her brand. But here's the interesting thing about Yulia. She's also one of the hardest working players in the sport. She'll grind from the baseline for hours and hours, making her opponents regret their decision of picking a racket and going up against her. Yulia Putintseva's wild, weird, but all in all, she makes tennis more entertaining than it has any right to be. Nick Kyrgios. This guy's the walking contradiction of tennis. A list of weird tennis players would be incomplete without him, don't you think? Honestly, if tennis was a video game, Kyrgios would be the glitch character in it. Someone who's unpredictable, unfiltered, and is still somehow able to get the better of others. He's done it all from serving underarm aces and imitating his opponent's serves mid-match to literally playing shots from between his legs just for the vibes. Kyrgios is someone who can beat the world number 1 one day, then lose to a wild card the next, on purpose. And the drama that this man brings with him? Oh, it's unlimited. Trash-talking umpires, mocking fans, fighting with his own box, commentating on himself mid-point. You think of something weird, and Kyrgios has probably done it on court. This one time, he even got a code violation for yelling at a towel. Yes, a towel. Can you believe that? But the next moment, he'll put out a rally so beautiful that you'll forgive him for everything. He's like tennis's bad boyfriend, toxic, but you still can't quit him. Aravane Rezai. She's the glam punk queen of the tennis courts. Like, just imagine Lady Gaga and Serena Williams having a tennis-playing cousin. That's Aravane Rezai. She's known for her explosive game and even more explosive fashion. She's shown up on court in metallic gold outfits, glitter makeup, and an attitude that says, "I don't just play, I slay." Rezai was smashing her opponents while looking like she's headed to Paris Fashion Week. But behind all her weird fashion and glam is a player who has an intense presence on court. She didn't just hit the ball, she tried to intimidate it. The sad part is that her career never fully exploded like her outfits. But on her day, she had the ability to take out anyone, even the best in the game. Rezai has beaten Justine Henin and Venus Williams in back-to-back days. Hold that. She's really stylish, very strong, and as weird as a player can get. Fabio Fognini. This guy's the Italian soap opera. He's a man powered entirely by sarcasm, sass, and unsolicited monologues. He talks to himself in the middle of the court, even talks to his racket, and talks to God too. Half of his matches feel like a Shakespearean tragedy in Italian subtitles. Fognini once got fined over $20,000 for insulting a female umpire in a Grand Slam. He's been penalized, defaulted, suspended, you name it. But despite all this, he's also produced some of the most jaw-dropping tennis you'll ever witness. He got the better of Nadal on clay, made it to a slam quarterfinal, and can hit shots no physics teacher can explain. He's a mix of both weird and classy. You can say he's like the drama kid who wandered into a sports class and owned it. A weird legend, in the most Fabio way. Andrea Petkovic. She's the dancing philosopher of tennis. Petkovic was a top 10 player for sure, but she also had a signature dance that she did after winning a game. She didn't do it for the camera or the views, just for herself, her fans, and the vibes. And when she wasn't dancing, boy oh boy was she good at playing tennis. Watching her play was like poetry in motion. But weirdly so, she made a whole YouTube series during injury recovery where she interviewed herself wearing wigs. And she even used different accents. I'm not even lying, guys. Petkovic wasn't your normal tennis player. She was a performer, a thinker, and a total oddball. Yeah, she was a weird one, but she was also one of the most likable ones to ever hold a tennis racket, and I think that's what she'll always be remembered about by the fans. Ivo Karlovic. This guy's the serving robot of tennis who writes poetry. Did you think weird just means explosive personalities? Then you don't know Ivo Karlovic. He's a 6'11" Croatian serve bot who writes haiku. Karlovic has hit over 13,000 aces. That's more than anyone else in the sport. But the weird part is, he always looks too bored while doing it. But every weirdo comes with a twist, and there's a twist with him too. Off the court, he's soft-spoken, deeply philosophical, and the guy even published actual poetry once. Picture this, a guy who's as tall as a building, crushing 140 IMP aces on the court, and then going home to write about the meaning of existence. That's weird, isn't it? But that's not it. He's also awkward in interviews, hilarious on Twitter, and he once said that his dream job after tennis would be a museum curator. Ivo Karlovic is weird in the best possible way, but he was great at playing tennis too, so I think you can let his weirdness slide. Martina Hingis. She was a teenage genius who trolled everyone. Hingis didn't just scream, she smirked. She didn't just overpower her opponents, she outsmarted them. The interesting part, she did it all while being just a teenager. Do you know how tough it is being a teenager and going up against some fierce competitors? She had this unnerving way of making pros twice her age look silly on court. I don't know how she did it, but it was good. She once said, "I don't need to hit it hard, I have a brain." That kind of confidence is rare among teenagers of this era. But after that, Hingis would go full villain mode, mocking players mid-match, rolling her eyes, or laughing at unforced errors of her opponents. She did it all. Listen to this. It was a Grand Slam final, and she argued with an umpire so badly that she ended up in tears, left the court, came back, and still tried to serve underhand. She had all the talent in the world, but also the quirks of someone who's way too smart for others and way too smug for her own good. She was the tennis prodigy with a side of snark, and we loved her for it. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be posting a lot here and you don't want to miss out. Until next time.